little something. Good morning to you. Welcome back to the channel, friends. Luke is with me. Luke, say hi to everybody, will you?
Hi, everybody.
Listen, friends, we've had comments. There's one thing in life that I think is constant, and if it's not, I think it should be, and that's change. Evolving, changing. I don't like change, to be honest with you, friends. Believe it or not, I don't. I'm a very old school guy. I just like things the way I'm actually recreating my old crew cab exactly the way it was and has been for all these years. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. But I want to take a minute and just thank everybody for all the great comments that folks are leaving. Luke has really, we bought a freaking drone. Our last video, that tree was interesting. I'll be honest. I showed up there willing to bang it over. I mean, I know our Doug fir. I know our stumps. I've been in the Doug fir for many, many years. Yes, it was leaning over the structure quite drastically, but I've just done so many of them. But regardless, the drone shots, it's so neat to see this footage on my channel now. For me, friends. So when I watch the videos when Lukey comes over, because Lukey's editing now, friends. He has been for a while. Luke, we've put a slide your freaking chair over here for a second, will you? We've had a video up every single day for almost 90 days.
Yeah.
3 months, friends. Every day. Is it a grind? That's something we enjoy. We love it. Luke's on board. So I know I say this in the video sometimes. Let's thank Luke. But Lukey, I gotta say, there was a comment yesterday, something like, I used to just like the old, there's 99%, everybody's like, this is great. Then there was one guy the other day I saw, he said, something about what happened to the old footage. Hey, it'll change again. Trust me, it'll change again. Think about one channel on YouTube that you've been watching over the last, say, 10 years that has not changed or at least improved.
Yeah.
So I'm just so happy. I don't know why I'm saying this, because today's video is just about the old Home Light channel. But anyway, Lukey, I just wanted to thank you again because...
Well, thank you too. I'm really happy to be a part of it. I think you thank me again later in this video.
Oh, I probably do. But because it's honestly, man, I mean... You kind of took a chance and you came to me a while ago about this, and I said, yeah, obviously the fear is, can we afford, can we sustain this? Because, but through the views and your efforts, man, it's been great. So thank you, Luke.
Well, thank you too.
Anyway, this video, friends, this Home Light video, this saw. It's the XL76. Now, make no mistake, friends. Lukey, these out of the factory were nuts. Mm-hmm. Every old vintage, like Home Light, McCulloch, just those old brands, friends, they all had one or two saws that were hot out of the freaking chute, out of the factory. And the XL76 and the ProMac 1010, in my opinion, even though the XL76 has 58 cc's, and the ProMac has 54. That's, back in the day, that's a bit of a jump. 4 or 5 cc's is bigger. I gave this saw, or Tin Man found this saw because he saw me doing a video on a stock one. And I said, Tin Man, would you, so you guys know the story. He built me this saw, friends. I had the muffler off the other day. Tin Man says to me, I do not know how that saw is still alive. He says, I did horrible things to that saw. He says, I don't even know. I peeled the muffler off, friends. That's how you tell. You look in the piston nail. Okay. You can see scratches in that. Nothing, friends. Like no scoring, nothing. So kudos to you, Tin Man. And I love that saw. So this is just the old Home Light, ripping her up. It's such a pleasure to run. It's like my old trucks and everything that I've been running for years. So I hope you enjoy this. Go over to the Tin Man's channel. Give him a hoot and a holler. And tell him you love him, and tell him Bucket and the boys sent you over. So enjoy this video, friends. And thank Lukey in this one, friends. Over and out.
These old saws, it has an oil bucket at the back. It's hard to fill this saw. You see it? It's the strangest place for an oil bucket. It's at the back. So You have to, you have to get creative, but whatever. Here's the deal. I haven't fired this saw in a while. Remember the last job I fired? This is my Tin Man home light. He did horrible things to the saw. I don't know how it's still going, but it's still good. And I changed the muffler there last time I ran it to a cool little muffler. This is just a really cool little power saw. These were good factory. These saws were strong factory. They're kind of like they equal to the ProMac 1010. Equal. I think this is 54 cc's as a matter of fact. The XL76. This looks to me like a 28-inch bar. Almost looks like 32. It's 28. Okay. So that little saw is hungry. It's pulling wood. Want to take a look at the chain? It's hungry on the raker a little bit. 28-inch chain. But the hook is not aggressive. You see that?
No, it's not.
That's not an aggressive hook, friends. At all, actually.
Yeah.
But it's sharp. And it's a nice working corner, but the rakers are at about 30 degrees. It feels 25, 30-ish. It's full house, remember? It's full house. But look at the top. Again, look at the top plates.
No, not that I can tell.
Like, no convexness, no nothing, eh? Straight?
No, they look straight.
Beautiful, because that's what we want. Especially after cutting a bunch of hardwood. That dead hardwood's tough, you hear it?
Oh,
Kick,
yeah.
kick, kick, kick. Anyway.
But like you were saying, the hungry, when they're hungry, it's not bad in the small wood, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That thing
It's
just
nice.
ate the small wood.
It did. It gobbled the small wood. It's nice. You can play, but not good for falling chain.
Right.
Not good for undercuts and back cuts, and nice for limbing. Very nice for limbing and cutting small firewood like this. It's 54 cc's, friends. Pulling full house chain and hungry to boot. So that tells you a little bit about that Homelite saw. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyways, again, friends, this is what I like to do. And I got some guy to follow me around now. He thinks it's pretty groovy, and I get someone to film me, and it makes my life so much easier, not having to worry about freaking setting up cameras, going over here, doing this, doing that. Now Luke comes along with me. I got companionship. I got a young fella to, if he's interested in learning something, he can. But he's here to help the channel. And Luke, straight to you, brother. Thank you again for all your help. Big kudos for Luke, friends, please. Thanks for watching.
So anyway, friends, just what a special saw that is. He also built me, I think it's a 922. It wasn't a 925, but it was a 922, and it runs like a freaking dream. Like, she pulls and sucks fuel beautifully, no high revving or weirdness. It just runs like a dream. It's got lots of bottom. It's not angry like this one. It doesn't have that hornet type stirred up hornetness about it that I like in a saw. I like a growly, snotty saw. Something that's quick on the trigger, whack! It's called crack and pull. That's what I call it. And I like a saw that's ready to go to action quickly, not waiting for it in any way. But it's almost time we broke out that big 922 again and sunk it in some big fir. I might do that. I might bar it up and do that. We've got a big fir log. Actually, that fir log we just fell in a video there a couple of days ago, the leaner at the Royne's home. So anyway, friends, I just have been full of gratitude lately for this community and especially our members group. I haven't shouted out our members group in a while, and I want to do that right now. It is a place that YouTube offered memberships to this channel a long time ago, and I just didn't do it, and I never do much like that, extracurricular on YouTube. But I was at a point in my life where I was changing and evolving as a man, and I just thought it was a good time, and we've got a wonderful little community over there. It's much different than what is here, although there's similar stuff there as well, but it's a more in-depth place to be. The spirit and I talk about it here, friends, too. We're not just freaking undercuts and back cuts all day long. There's another part of the human, and that's the spirit and living in this world today. So you guys know me. You've been watching me for a long time now, and if you're new here, I welcome you. And again, a big thanks to Luke for helping out and freeing a bit of my time up to do other things, and he's been helping a big time here. So I'm glad you're here. You know my mantra, friends, and that's work hard, be honest, and be kind. I speak to the young men right now, and I'm no authority on this, but I have been through a little bit in life now, and I have found, because I've done both. I've been a flounderer, friends. I've been a flounderer. I've been a lost, dark, I've lied, steal, and cheat, friends. I've been down there. I've been down that road in my early 20s. I was a lost soul. I thought it was my path in life to go down a similar path that some of my relatives did, and that was just an alcoholic and a drug addict and going down a nowhere road, just some lone wolf, just distorted views of life and where I was going. And I had a moment of clarity and sobered up when I was 27 years old and wrapped my mittens around a power saw and created the man that you know, because you don't know me before. You didn't know me before. And I don't want this channel to just be undercuts and backcuts and rock and roll music. That's always going to be here. But I want young men to know that the sooner you can start working hard, being honest, and being kind to people, it has been the recipe that has brought me the most peace. And I'm still working on being better, because this thing is never over, friends. It's never over. We keep learning. So I'm an evolving fellow, and I've been blessed this past couple of years to put some time into my carcass, my old smashed up carcass. I've been feeling pretty good. She's a wake up in the morning and assess the damages kind of a scenario, and I make my decisions on that. But I'm just so grateful for what YouTube has brought in myself and the people around me and this community. So just a heartfelt thank you for everybody that's here, and welcome to the newcomers. And if you're looking for a little more out of this channel, don't hesitate to try memberships. The link is in the description, friends. I love you all very much. Work hard, be honest, and be kind.